Welcome, everyone, to Night City Stargazers, Episode 10. Where we had left off, our band of mercenaries had decided they wanted to plan a heist. Based on the information that they've gathered over the last few weeks about the activities of certain gang members, they've determined that immunoblockers, something in a low supply and high demand, would possibly be a very lucrative thing to steal. Get it all for free and sell it on the market themselves to those who want to stave off the side effects of their cyberware installs, to maybe, among other things to steal, earn themselves a little bit of cash to make a living. It's a bit of a hard life in Night City for those who make their living on the streets and aren't employed by the many companies and shell companies of the different corporations that operate here. It's hard to go it alone. Oftentimes it is deadly to go it alone. And so in a way, this is sort of a ladies' heist. So, with that being said, and some of the planning sort of taken care of as far as what they plan to do, now's a matter of, well, do they have the right gear? Do they have the right getaway? Do they have the right know-how to get the job done? The Valentinos aren't exactly a gang you go toe-to-toe with on a whim, especially when they control a number of the streets. Loup's and Trix's specific mega building, among other things, in the streets of Haywood. So, as the morning shines its bright lights into your respective apartments, it is nearly time to make this thing happen. The news is the same as always as you wake up. Nothing particularly stands out in the slew of different things that Jillian Jordan presents this morning. You maybe Slideye, you would maybe see that Orvan's not around. Maybe got up early, got up to do something. Didn't really give you any kind of indication as to what exactly, but maybe it's some personal biz. So you're on your own for the moment. Is there anything that you particularly would like to do this morning?
Well, waking up with the roof over my head is certainly a change.
It's rather nice, actually.
Yeah. checking in on my messages, listening to the vague deets of a job. It's going to be okay. Suppose. I grab hold of my air hypo. Take a look at the dosages left. Last shot. They've been getting pricey. Everybody knows that there's going to be a shortage. Immunosuppressants are difficult to end up coming across. And if you're at all like me, well, then that serves to be a bit of a problem. Body starts rejecting implants. Immune system goes crazy. Sweats. Infections start to set in. Internal organs can't keep up with the distillation of infection in the blood. And you're wondering what's going to give out first, your brain or your heart. It's one of those ways you die slow. Not so bad if you have basic amputees in your portion, then it's just a bunch of servos not wired in. But the kind of invasive surgeries I know tends to end up being a bit of a concern. Orvan's not to be seen. He said he'd handle it. And while I trust he would, time's running low. Try and end up figuring out how to end up doing this. I'm not a doctor. I take the medication. I'm not an expert on it. So, send out the message to the Loup. Where we meeting? Wait for a response, but in reality, my heart sinks trying to end up thinking of what it means in the whole term. I don't know. Also, look at my arm. Pull out some tools. My wrist bends at a 90-degree angle as the top part of my forearm opens up. In a split second, the blade comes out. Mantis blade, true to its name, its form, its function. Sharpening. Monofilament, or an edge down to a monofilament. Take specialized tools. Everything from the hydraulic system inside requires a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of moving parts, and all it takes is for one to go wrong, or a bit of dust to end up in the wrong place, and combat efficiency goes down the toilet. And in a line of work where reaction time can make the difference between you enjoying your night in the afterlife or you enjoying your life at the afterlife, well, that's just the reality we live in, I guess. Feels stupid, but I feel better when we're on a job. Head's clearer. It's a laser focus and at making sure I'm not with my thoughts. There's only the job. I retract the blade and my arm goes back into form. You hardly notice. You didn't know what you were looking at. Just the basic style. Looks like something you would have ended up picking up when you were a teen, trying to end up getting chipped in for the first time. Common enough. Even if you know what you're looking for, you can't always be sure. That's why I like mantis blades. But I also have these horrible flashes. I remember being surrounded at the time. Car was on fire. I don't know how that happened. I'm standing on its rooftop and it's raining. But that's not the reason I'm soaked. See metal and meat all around the car. Then I realize that's not rain I'm hearing, but gunfire. And spotlights on me like I'm back on the catwalk. Start to dance and move. Like I have something beautiful to be worn.
Maelstrom's
Why
dead
is-
everywhere.
That's the worst part, really. I was happy. So I was back under that spotlight. Why the hell do I remember being happy when I remember losing my mind? And so I gotta ask myself, am I crazy? Have I recovered at all, or am I just lying to myself? I shake my head and grab my bag, place it over my shoulder quickly. But only one way to keep thoughts away, only one way to keep it away. Neuro immunoblockers. That's the way to do it. Get the job done and be rolling in them. I walk out the door, waiting for a message on where to meet up.
Which, Lou, this morning, you get at a relatively early hour.
Yeah, Lou is up. Bright and early, probably ready for this. I think she's probably checking in one more time with her contact just to make sure that nothing has changed with the delivery.
You shoot him a text, asking him if all things are go. He sends you a text back and says, Nova.
Yeah, great. I respond, I'll wire you your cut when the sale is done.
Don't forget this time. And he doesn't send anything more.
I get the text from Slideye. I respond. Um, if you and Orvan are ready to go, I'll come pick you up.
Orvan's not available.
She doesn't answer. She just sends a message to Trix. Says, are you meeting us at the rendezvous?
And it takes her a moment to respond before saying yeah.
Yeah, I say the packages go. No change in plans. Be there at 800 hours.
Gotcha. See you there.
And Luz,
Hey,
you see that Sam has also gotten up for the day. He's got his sort of mechanics jumpsuit on, ready to head out for a day's work himself.
Hey, Sammy.
Hey, what
You got Valentino work today?
I got shop work, whether it's the Tinos or
Sure.
whether it's other clients.
Oh, you get a lot of other clients?
Sometimes, you know, do actual repairs on some other vehicles besides the Tino's cars.
Great. You you talked to Jessica?
She came home pretty late, like usual, last night. Which, she's still over there sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you guys do. For personal time. Cool.
Try not to bother
Well,
you,
you know. Yeah, just checking in, making sure everything's okay with her.
As far as I know.
All right, well, that's good. Well, anyway, I'm going to head out for a few hours. Check in later.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh, I'm going to do everything you wouldn't do, Sammy.
That's your answer every time. And I trust that answer.
And it always will be.
I'm heading out. And he goes towards the
All
door.
right, keep your head down.
Just making a buck. And he heads out the door and locks it with his code behind him.
Lou pulls her own air hypo out of her pocket and loads a dose and presses it against her arm and takes the dose and then looks at it for a long time and sighs and leaves.
All right. Trix, what do you wake up to in Blender's apartment?
Probably a headache from drinking the night before.
Quite possibly.
But outside of the messages to Lou, she feels a little bit foolish from the day before because of all the awkwardness, but it goes away as she starts to get ready. She's got to head out early and meet up with Lou and Slideye, and maybe Orvan. She hasn't really heard anything about him joining in yet. We're really hitting the Valentinos. They gotta be better than Maelstrom at least.
Both gangs, each having their own niche.
Yep. But she'll probably wake Jason up enough to tell him she's heading out, and then heads out.
He kind of grumbles out an okay before falling back asleep before you head out the door and lock it behind you.
Yeah, let him sleep. She's just heading straight out.
Alright. The three of you start heading out towards the rendezvous point. A spot you have collectively decided that you will join up. Is that at a specific location or just on the street somewhere in an alleyway?
So if the target location is like some kind of a parking area, then this would be somewhere that we can overlook it, but also have quick access to it at the same time. So I don't know if this parking area is like part of a parking structure, or if it is like ground level.
So from what you know about it, it's a single level parking in front of a shop, more like, and where you believe that the truck is going to be going through the parking lot to get to whatever loading bay is in the back or on the side, and the idea is to stop it before it gets to the parking area, more or less, or stop it in the intersection at that corner. So the nice thing about the Haywood neighborhood, where the Valentinos predominantly run the streets, is that there's plenty of multi-story buildings that can give you a really good sort of view on the location. You can almost see it from your mega building window, but it's still some blocks away from where you live. So there's some smaller buildings, like smaller bars, smaller stores in the area, but there is still some of those multi-story buildings that do have fire escapes in order to be able to climb up and get a good vantage point as well. So plenty of observing space.
So I want an alley. I want us to meet in an alley that opens into the road that is going to cut off traffic where this is going to be entering from.
Easily enough.
Okay, great. So yeah, we want to be in an alley. We're going to meet in an alley where we're going to be able to cut this place off.
Okay. Lou, give me a high or low.
Low.
Okay. The alleyway you find is empty. There's always the risk that somebody else is already using it. Thankfully, no one is this time around.
Very nice.
So plenty of ability to talk, plenty of ability to plan, plenty of ability to climb up and discuss, and whatever else it is that you want to do.
Excellent.
So,
yeah. Yeah, so we're there. All right. Good morning, y'all. No Orvan, Med Boy. It's fine. Honestly, I was just planning on doing this with the two of us in the first place. Small crew moves faster after all. That's all right, though. Here's the plan. I gesture at the street. I say the truck's going to come up here. Westbound. Trix, I want you up top. Keeping an eye out for it. Call down when it's coming on up. Me and Slide are going to jump out and stop it. We'll drive the truck into it if we have to. And, yeah. Basically, smash and grab. Deal the truck if we have to. You've got your bike. You can always skip out on, Slide, or Trix. So we can get in, get out, and get the hell out of here as fast as possible.
All right. Sounds like a plan
Questions, comments, snide remarks?
Any idea on the packaging that we're going to be looking at? Quick ways to identify?
No. I mean, the guy who's loading the truck says that we're looking at a nice loadout of immunosuppressants, hypos. I mean, honestly, it's a really nice load of everything that you could need. Supposed to be going to the Tinos for all their bullshit on the block. Everything that they get up to and everything they need for patching up afterwards. So this was going to be a nice boon for us as well. The truck should be, I was told, nondescript, as not to draw attention to it.
Well, we'll be certainly giving it a lot of attention.
Yeah, having it inside is real help.
Good job.
It's going to cut into our profits by the end of the day, but it's going to be worth it.
Good work. So, how exactly do we have to end up worrying about any contingencies? Let's say gets on the road, or more heavily armed than expected, or what's the contingencies? You got a truck, but yours is probably more identifiable.
Well, I've swapped out stolen plates, obviously. We can always change the coloring. Hell, ditch it if we have to. It's honestly disposable. Like burner. Yeah, it's like a burner phone in car form, frankly.
What's a burner phone?
Yeah.
I have burner phones. It's like a cell phone. Never mind.
And you happen to know a guy who is in the chop shop, mostly.
Exactly. Yeah, worst case scenario, I can get Sam to swap this out for another model. The question, I guess, goes to you two. In the event that this becomes more blood than it's worth money, at what point do you want to cut bait and run?
That's a good question.
Orvan's the client, but he wants to do this for our sakes. So, comes down to how badly we want the product. It's obviously not worth losing our lives over, but wounds heal.
Mm-hmm.
That must be a nice sentiment.
Well, Nathan does good work.
Nathan does good work, but I don't think he's a miracle worker.
Well, they print limbs for 50 eddies.
He pulls out a air hypo. Last dose. She shoots it right in front of Lulu. Tosses an empty air hypo on the table. I don't have a choice.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of options.
No. I don't have a lot of options. Please don't confuse it. I'll go it alone if you want to send me just the deets. Seeing the scream sheets of everything goes tits up.
I won't hang you out to dry, Slideye.
Yeah, we're doing this together.
Any particular individuals on the job that are to be avoided or not turned into a bit of fine dining of fine cutlets?
I don't know. I think these are probably hourly guys. They shouldn't want to make a mess over this.
The lower on the totem pole, per se.
One should hope.
Shouldn't be carrying too heavy then. If we're right. If they do pull anything out heavy.
Step by step, how does this play out?
We stop the car. We jack the guys. We jack the car. We leave with it and remove all the product somewhere else and then dump the car.
Where are we going to be taking it? Not the product, the car.
Yeah. We can take it to that dump site we used last time. Quiet.
Well, when you got a 3-mile long garbage heap, it's easy to get things lost in there. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There won't be enough people paying attention to us there anyway. We'll have enough time to work, at least empty it out, and then...
Outside of scabs.
That's a good point. We only have to move the product from one truck to another, at least.
Gotcha on that end.
Yeah. Between three of us, that shouldn't take too long.
And, scabs aren't anything we can't handle.
NCPD, though. They might be a little tricky if they get called in. You think, Lou?
Is that my conscience?
That is a thought in your brain.
Something's nagging at me. Yeah. We will have to be quick. Not stay in any place for too long. Trying to avoid NCPD is going to be our most important part of this. We are boosting in broad daylight.
Yeah.
So speed is the name of the game.
When it comes to speed, I could be bait for anything like that. I have no problems doing that.
All right, Trix.
Trix.
So
Trix.
you spot them, then
Yeah.
drop down here and get to your bike. You will lead the run out of here. If we catch smoke, you're going to lead them off.
How good are you at directing traffic?
Haven't given it a shot before, but nothing says I can't.
Wow.
What you got planned?
Red light, green light gets a little tricky in the middle of a high-speed chase, doesn't it?
It does. I know what to say. Well, that's worth a shot.
Plan, and Hick might end up being able to put a few vehicles between us and NCPD.
Yep.
Also need to end up removing cams. Because let's be honest, half their budget is brought out from speeding tickets. So, like to end up keeping that footage blur at this point.
Something I could work on getting into and up top.
They don't have to chase us if they can follow us by camera later.
Exactly.
Careful though, you're working in city networks. Probably got a runner who isn't paid enough just walking around, just checking subnets. So I'm sure they're not stupid enough to put the entire thing on a single grid. So it'll be localized, but localized enough that it'll buy us time at least.
Yep. That's why I
Place will
was
cover,
thinking.
and a quick paint job will end up covering up the rest if we got time. You got a place to end up fixing up your truck out of city?
In the block.
Alright. Be mindful.
Yeah, I have to be double mindful since it's a shop that Tino's use.
Tino's might already have a situation, or they might already have the cameras on lock at that point. Kind of territorial like that, I imagine. But
Trix, you're from out of town. Do you know anybody that can work on the car from...
I'd have to make a couple calls, but I might be able to find someone.
Probably be safer.
Don't know if they do it though. It might jack up the cost.
Now the question is where to take the stuff in the meantime. I can't exactly walk it up to my apartment.
I wouldn't suggest mine. Too close to the Tino territory. Well, it's for Med Boy. Why don't we just shove it in his?
The oh-so-busy Jig Street is where that apartment lies.
Yeah. Slideye, is there a back door on Jig Street where there's fewer people looking?
Gotta end up worrying more about what the Tiger Claws are currently up to. But they have a leash. And the old lady knows how to end up keeping her mouth shut unless somebody's paying her really good eddies. She won't stand up to corpos, but corpos need the muscle the Tiger Claws end up bringing in, so I don't see that being a problem. Though, if push comes to shove, expect them to end up wanting to be getting their cut if they think it's worthwhile. A lot of different angles on this job. We are fucking with a supply run.
Yeah.
Sounds like our safest option. I'd rather pay the Tiger Claws a portion than lose our heads to the Tinos.
Just be careful on who you're paying. Could be mistaken for a pledge of allegiance. Becomes an issue. Outside of that, are we all situated at this point?
Sounds like every contingency is covered on my end.
We got the deets, we got the job, we got the skills. Now we just need to get us. Let's go get the eddies.
Okay.
Right on.
Sounds to me like Trix was looking to set up a hack into the city network for the traffic lights and city cameras, CCTV.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Let me scroll up to get to it.
I was about to create a subnet for you to hack into.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay. So, you would know that in order to control the lights and the CCTV, you would need to get to a control node level for the control of this area. So, that's what you anticipate. There may be more levels to it than that, but you have to get to at least a control node level in order to be able to do that. Anything past that is like trying to break into software to the other places in the city subnet. So,
Really just want to keep it local.
yeah. So local is you just get to the first control node and you're fine.
Yep.
So, in that particular case, are you ready to jack in?
Yes, I am.
Alright. Is anyone else doing anything before she starts tackling the subnet? Okay. Then, You interface to get into the first level, and you run into your first set of black ice on that level. So this is an anti-personnel called a wisp. Do you have a defense program loaded?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And that adds... What does that do?
It just lowers all brain damage you would receive by 4, as long as it remains roused.
Lowers damage by 4. Okay, so...
Yep.
Does 1d6 damage direct to the net runner's brain and lowers the amount of total net actions the net runner can accomplish that on their next turn by 1, minimum to 2. So, let's roll a d6 and see if your shield will mitigate all of that. Okay, you take no damage, but your net actions on your next turn is reduced by 1. So
I'm gonna be at 2.
You would be reduced to 2 for the next turn. But so the next action that you would be able to do is to for this turn, since you jacked in, you encountered this, so you can slide past it to get to the next floor, if you would like.
Yeah, we'll try that.
Okay, so that will be your second net action for this turn.
Yep.
Oh, what is the DC on it? Slide. I don't know what a slide action necessarily is going to do for us. That's kind of just...
If I was on the right page. Net run.
Net running. There's an interface ability. Attempt to flee combat with a single non-demon Black Ice program as a net action. If you are able to roll a successful slide check against the program's perception plus d10, you will escape the Black Ice. So, I roll a d10 and add its perception.
Ooh.
Which would equal to 14. You do not successfully slide.
Lovely.
You can only attempt to slide once per turn, so you can try one more thing for this turn of net actions.
Well, going to take a swing at it. She'll have sword res as well.
Okay. And you had those res before you entered the basic.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I just forgot to mention it.
Okay.
Because idiocy.
Okay. And that is an attack roll. Is that versus defense?
Let me find it and see, because I forgot to mention that in my notes here. I gotta find it first. It's in here. Okay, I know you're here. I just saw you. Okay. No, it just says does 3d6 res to Black Ice program or 2d6 res to non-Black Ice program.
Okay. So then it would just do damage upon swing.
Yeah.
It's not considered a net combat attack.
From what I'm seeing now.
Okay. Well, then you said 3d6. Roll your 3d6.
Yep. Let me find the key for this.
Okay.
9.
It is still rezzed. So now we're moving on to your second turn. This turn only has 2 net actions. So what do you plan to do?
Going to try to slide by it again.
Okay, make your slide check.
And this time I'm pouring 3 luck into it.
Okay. Ooh, that's a crit on an 18. And it will only be getting a 12, so you are able to successfully slide past it this turn and enter the next level.
Wait.
This level is going to require a password check from your interface.
Yep. Of course.
That is not successful. I need you to roll me a high or low. Or call it high or low.
Low clan low. Fuck.
You're fairly certain that somebody's picked up that you're doing this.
Lovely. Alright, she's going to start to jack out. If she thinks she's been, maybe the hint of the detection.
You don't know the severity of the threat. It could be another program on the system. It could be that, it could be a netrunner. You're not sure. But you do know that slipping up on that password may have triggered something.
Yep. Is there any way for me to find out?
Is there some kind of perception that you can do?
Let's see here. What do we have here? Oh, there's just base perception. Yeah, base perception is like the only thing I can think of for it. Because the rest of it's just like, there's electronics or security tech, there's cyber tech, but... Oh no, your call.
Yeah, with the actions available to you, there's not really any way to determine what that threat might be.
Okay. She'll stay jacked in for the moment then, until she knows more.
Okay. So you would be starting a new turn. You can try to use the interface for a password check once more.
Yep. Going to pour 3 more luck into it, because my dice rolls are shit today, apparently. See?
That would turn that into a 14, and that passes the password. You are safe on this level.
Okay. Gonna go through. See what gets triggered when she goes in.
You would run into another Black Ice program.
Joy.
Until the program is derezzed, an enemy netrunner hit by this effect makes all slide checks at a -2. Each skunk can only affect a single netrunner at a time, but the effects of multiple skunks can stack. So,
Oh God.
if you attempt to slide past this without attacking it, without destroying it, you will be at a -2 for a slide check to get past it.
Okay. Well, you'll be at a -2, so might as well just swing at it.
Okay, so you're going to swing at it with your sword.
Yep. So apparently we did that wrong last time with sword. I just looked it up.
Oh.
It's interface plus program attack plus 1d10. Versus its program defense plus 1d10.
Okay, so you'll run your
Yep.
So interface plus attack
1d10.
score plus the d10 for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it would be considered a net attack, right?
Yeah, because I knew I saw it somewhere. I just couldn't figure out where it was in the book. So I was taking that time, like, okay, where is it in here?
Yeah.
So program attack. Ouch. Oof.
Ooh, yikers! That's a 3.
Yeah.
6 minus 3. God damn. Yep. That's not gonna be a successful swing unless it crit fails.
Fingers crossed, right?
Nope.
Nope.
It crit on its defense. So, 17 on the dice for its defense.
Ooh.
That's your second net action for this turn, right?
Yeah.
You have a third net action if you'd like.
Swinging again.
Swinging again.
Hey, that's better.
That's better. And its defense would only bring that to a 9, so you are successful. Roll for damage.
Is this black ice or non-black ice?
It's black ice.
Okay. 14.
I wouldn't know what the difference would be, actually. There's... black ice or demons as far as the different types of programs in...
Yeah, the way the sword's written up is black ice program or non-black ice program. I'm assuming it's just like black ice is a little bit tougher.
Black ice would
something.
be individual programs in the system, and I think non-black ice would be demons and any Netrunners program.
Yeah, that might be it.
So, because it's 3d6 on black ice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because that's programs by themselves. They're...
Yeah, okay.
Okay. 14 damage actually de-reses that skunk.
Oh, good.
So it is... You are now on an empty floor.
Going to continue on until she finds a control node.
Okay. You do have an ability that does allow you in the space as a next action to determine how many floors you would need to go, which is the Pathfinder action. You use in that action to partially reveal the map of the architecture. The higher the roll, the more you learn. This tells you generally what is in the net architecture that you have broken into, but not the DV of anything. You can see into the number of floors equal to the check or up to the first obstruction, usually a password with a DV higher than the Pathfinder check.
Oh. Yeah, Do Pathfinder, see if I can pinpoint where it's at.
Okay, so this would be your first net action of the next turn?
Yep.
Okay. Which would be a 9. You can see that ahead of you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more levels to get to the bottom floor. You don't need to go all that far because the control node is 2 floors ahead of you.
Okay. Excellent. I believe it says I can't see anything, like any programs ahead of me.
Yeah, not the DV of anything. You can see anything into. You can see into the architecture a number of floors equal to your check or the first obstruction.
Yeah.
So you actually. Let's see. Based on the example, after jacking into a new architecture, the netrunner also has no idea what they're up against. So they use Pathfinder to find with a net action to find out. Rolling their interface, they get a 10. The DM determines they learn only 3 floors of the elevator because the 3rd floor has a DV11 password and that blocks their view. Okay, so it doesn't tell me anything about whether you determine the any upcoming programs.
Okay.
Just the number of floors and any obstructions if you are obstructed. Which, in this case, you aren't. From view.
Yeah, okay. Go to the next floor then.
Okay. So this next floor, you do have 2 black ice programs that you run into.
Okay.
They're called Wisps.
Oh, these little guys again.
Yep.
Okay.
It does 1d6 damage direct to the netrunner's brain and lowers the amount of total net actions the netrunner can accomplish, minimum 2.
Yep.
So, actually, does that mean I have to do an attack roll with the 10 plus, like a d10 plus attack? And you would be able to defend with interface? I don't know. Oh, but your shield would also absorb damage?
Yeah.
And these guys are kind of little rinky-dink little dudes, so...
Yeah.
They attack you, but they don't do much damage, but they do slow you down in the net.
Yeah.
That's their big sort of ability. So... yeah, then we'll just roll that, and then you'll have your turns, because that's what happens at the entry.
Yep.
So the first one doesn't do you any damage, but does reduce your net actions. Because your shield blocks it.
Yep.
And then same for the second one, except it can't slow you down anymore, so you're at 2 net actions for the turn.
Okay. Well, since it worked so well the first time, we're going to try and slide by them.
Okay. We're going to make some interface checks versus 2 of their perception checks.
I don't even get by the first one.
That's a 5 minus 7? Is that a neg 2? Well, they're, unless they crit fail, their perception's a 4. Yeah, they see you. You can't slide past them.
Yep. Okay.
You have a second action.
Going to swing at the first one.
Okay, so swing, roll defense. And they crit on their defense roll. On the one guy defending. What do you think these little wisps look like? What do they look like to you?
I imagine they're very much like the wisp you'd see in D&D. It's like
little wisps?
Yeah, just like little ghosty little balls.
Little ghosty, little tiny little ghosty fireballs.
Yep.
Just kind of floating there, kind of dazzling around your head.
Mm-hmm. No wonder I can't hit them.
Yep, you're tripped up. They're dazzling you a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder you're slowed down.
Yep.
But the effect...
little things.
The effect after the turn wears off.
Okay.
So you're back to 3 this round.
Gotta try and slide by him again.
Okay. Try and slide.
1.
Well...
Maybe.
That one failed.
Yeah.
Completely. Second one...
You may roll interface for the second one then?
No, because you only need to roll 1 action for that.
Fair.
But the second one... the second one is going to detect you. So you don't successfully slide past both.
Got past 1. That's better than I did last turn.
I mean, they're still on the same floor, so you still have to slide past both in order to get past them, or de-res them.
Alright,
So now that you've had your 1 slide action, you can try and attack them both and destroy them?
Yep, I'll swing at 1.
Okay.
Let's see if my dice like me this time.
Possibly, because its defense is only 2, so that's a 4.
Okay. And then damage on that one.
It's not de-resed yet. It's down to 3 health.
Yeah. I'm gonna swing at it again.
Okay. Defense roll. Defense is 7. Okay. Successful attack. And that will de-res the first one.
Okay, and that would be it for my net actions this turn.
Okay. I don't know if its effect is supposed to happen every turn or not. I've not actually looked that up.
Let's see here. Wisp.
For black ice. Like, if they go off every turn, or if it's just on floor entry, or what?
You know, it doesn't stay, actually.
Black ice will chase its target through the entire architecture until it's de-resed or is eluded by the netrunner who successfully used the slide interface ability. Anti-program black ice will continue to follow any enemy netrunner until they're de-resed or slide away from even if they currently have no programs resed, as they're coded to view enemy netrunners as program sources. Black ice that are eluded by a netrunner's slide ability stop following their target and become a black ice lying in wait in the architecture exactly where their pursuit ended as described above. So, let's see. When a netrunner activates a black ice of their own, black ice are deadly programs that once triggered hunt down other programs or netrunners across the architecture. You can choose to load your deck with your own non-demon black ice, but these programs are much larger, will take 2 slots in your deck. Activating or deactivating the program is a net action. Well, it doesn't say. I've been playing it like it's upon floor entry, but I don't know.
Okay, it's actually at the top of that thing you were reading. When you encounter enemy black ice laying in wait in architecture, you roll your interface plus any speed bonus you have active plus 1d10. Versus the black ice's speed plus 1d10. If it beats your check, you or one of your active programs at random, in the case of anti-program black ice, suffer its effect immediately. It is then placed into the initiative queue at the top, one number above the entity with the previously highest initiative. On each of its turns, it will attack the Netrunner or one of their active programs once, rolling its attack plus 1d10 versus the Netrunner's interface plus 1d10.
Okay. So it gets an attack
So
every turn. Okay.
Yeah, it should theoretically be attacking every turn.
Okay. We're learning something. We're learning things about this system, y'all. Net running is the hard part
Yep.
of DMing and being the runner in the network. So, since it is
We gotta learn it somehow.
1 versus 1, so it's turn, like each one of us gets a turn. But you have 3 net actions that you can do in a turn, so it only gets 1, you get 3. So, I guess on its turn, it's going to make an attack roll.
Okay. And that is double checking my interface plus 1d10, so I am rolling defense.
Yep. You will beat it because its attack is only an 8 total.
Okay.
So it doesn't get its attack doesn't hit.
Yep. Okay, learning something new every day then.
Yeah.
Well, I've already taken D-Res 1, so going to take a swing at this one.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll on it. That's a 10 versus its defense, which will be a 7. So roll your damage.
Please roll high, please roll high.
Wisps are not hard,
9.
really. They do take a couple turns to de-res, though.
Yeah.
That's not going to be enough to hit it in 1 turn.
Yep. Well, thankfully, I still have my actions, so I'm going to take another swing at it.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, it successfully
Really?
dodges that one.
Really?
Yep.
Believe that was all 3, or was that just 2?
I believe that
Counting
was your...
defense.
That was 2 attacks by you. Your defense, I don't think counts as a net action, so you have 1 more.
Okay. Taking another swing at it. 8!
That's a 1.
Yep.
Okay, that'll wipe it out.
That's better.
That will
Okay.
de-res it from the floor.
She's probably muttering to herself at this point, going, fucking annoying programs. They're like flies, they don't go away. And then she'll move on to the next floor.
Okay. Next floor is your control node.
And she will send both Lou and Slideye a message saying she's in.
Well, you do have to break into the control node.
Yep.
Still.
Yep. And she will. She'll at least tell them that she found the node.
Yep. Make your interface check. Easy peasy. For this block and the surrounding 3 blocks, you have full control over the lights and the CCTV.
Okay. The lights she's going to leave alone momentarily. She's not going to need access to them until it's time to leave.
And you would...
But she will...
Yeah, the CCTV that you have control of is at the posts of each of the stoplights. So you kind of have a little bit of a view of your target parking area. So let's go ahead and get the map pulled up for that, so that you know what you're looking at. You may have to zoom out to get the full picture, but you...
Yeah, no kidding.
You do have the, essentially the surroundings of this, the parking in front of it, as well as over here is the, up at the corner in the top right would be the, where the actual building of this place is.
Okay. She'll patch in a call with Slideye and Lou and give them a description of the area. Let them know what's going on in it. At least from her vantage point.
Yeah, because you all are off the map. As far as what you're visibly seeing. But Trix, you would basically have like this corner's CCTV, which let's go ahead and create a little circle to indicate that, because that's where a stoplight's going to be. So let's put it right here. And then drag it over here for you.
Okay.
And we'll put that on the map layer. So that's that corner. And then you have like another corner way off over this way. Towards the other end of the street. Yeah. But this is kind of like your vantage point, really, of this whole place.
And she'll use the cameras to keep an eye on when the truck is coming up.
Okay. And since you're kind of using this as a base point, then you have 3 blocks, like 3 long blocks up the street that you can see from, if you wanted to like start watching from there. You know that the truck is expected within the next 2 hours, so you can have your eyes just kind of parked there for when it comes up, and it's about to be coming from that street. So,
yeah, that's the plan then. But everything flows normally until that happens.
Okay. Slideye and Lou. After a few minutes, Trix lets you know that she is in control of what she needs to in order to be able to give you her eyes in a 3 block radius. So if there's anything that you want to do prior to anything else.
I'm gonna exit out and sit in the back of the hit truck, just in case I gotta end up jumping from one vehicle to the other. It's ugly, but nothing goes according to plan, and if everything goes according to plan, then hey, it makes it all the easier, but let's be real. It never goes according to plan. At least here I get a half-decent running start. I end up trying to, and all Lou needs to do is put the trucks beside each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, losing the driver's seat, she just kicks the seat back and tries to relax.
Okay.
I think she angles the rear view mirror and just kind of like stares at the back of Slideye's head for a little while.
Trix, I'm going to ask for one more interface roll.
Yes, sir.
Because it's going to basically be a stealth check.
I'm pouring my last point of luck into it. 8.
Okay. Noted. So you wait. You wait for a little bit. And then you see it, Trix. It's following all the stoplights like you suspected. You can see from your vantage point, 3 blocks from your current meet location, that it is only a few blocks away before it passes this CCTV, and you can follow it back to the corner. But it's here.
To let the other 2 know. Heads up.
Yeah, I fire up the engine and creep up to the edge of the alley, and prepare to pull out.
Okay. Let me make your car on the map as well, because I forgot to do that. So, rotate. So, with your plan, the red rectangle is your car. Where is it that you aim for the car to be? Is it like right here at this corner? Is it here? Or is it blocking the crosswalk? What are we talking about?
How do I put this? So where are they coming from?
They are coming from this side of the street. Right here at this top corner.
So I was hoping to enter the roadway from an alley.
Okay, yep. There's plenty of space for there to be an alley, like right here or whatever.
Yeah, so I was hoping to cut right into the street. Like, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing.
You would have to ping it. How
do I do that?
Just hold left mouse.
Okay, yeah. So what if if you rotated the car 90 degrees.
Okay.
And then entered the roadway here and cut it off there before the crosswalk.
So you want to be here?
Yeah, or here.
Oh, right here? Okay. Because right here, we'll cut it off at the crosswalk, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. And which end is the driver's side?
It would be here, right?
So you want this bottom to be the driver's side and this to be the rear?
Yeah, this would be the driver's side, and then this would be the rear. So Trix would, Slideye would be coming out here,
okay.
And I would be coming out here.
Okay.
Just orientation-wise.
Okay. Yeah, I can see what you're doing. I can see where you're going with that. So
I'm coming out at the driver, and Slideye's coming out at the passenger.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get your tokens put on that now.
Beautiful.
I made this car way bigger than it actually is.
I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I think our tokens are maybe a little small. Is that 4 lanes or 2 lanes of traffic? I can't tell what that middle line is.
This middle line right here is like a 3-way like a
Because
three-way
that's like
turn.
a truck there.
Yeah, it's back.
It's pointing in the direction of traffic, is what it's doing.
Yeah, it's also backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also backwards for traffic, but yeah, we get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if
Oh, I
it's
see.
based in, Japan and whatnot, then it's not really.
Yeah, but this is
I
Night
see.
City in America, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Yay,
I wasn't
maps.
even realizing.
So I think this car is actually smaller because it's a little Toyota truck, right? Almost.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be more like.
I mean, that
this
looks like a
size.
pretty accurate sized truck on the map too, right? That looks pretty accurate to scale.
Yeah, accurate to like this. Yeah, similar size.
Yeah.
So like
Mm-hmm.
same angle and everything. Then we're gonna put
That looks about right.
Slideye in the back of it, and then Trix. Where are you? Do you think when the car's actually in position?
Probably staying where she's at on top of a building.
Okay. So you're just gonna play observant?
Yep.
Okay. So you've got your little perch.
We know what happened last time she was on the ground.
Yes.
Trying to net run.
You lost a leg.
This time she's playing a little bit smarter, hopefully.
Yep, because you've got your traffic light that you're looking on everything with.
Yep.
Okay. So, with that being said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break before the actual event kicks off, and we get to what happens next. So, we'll take a quick break, everyone. Get you some drink, get you some snack, and we will be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to Night City Stargazers. Our band of edge runners, the ladies, have determined where it is that they're going to go. They have determined that they will be positioning their vehicle in front of the oncoming traffic in which this truck is meant to be passing, just in time for it to nearly slam into them as they pull the rear end of the vehicle up towards the traffic post, with Slideye in the rear and Loup in the driver's seat. And this will all go off in a relative short amount of time between other vehicles that are in traffic at the moment and the window in which they will slide the car in. Trix will be taking up a position and staying on top of another roof in the nearby across the nearby street. So, Trix, you keep your net eyes on the truck as it continues to pass each intersection that you have control of. It passes the first, passes the second, passes the third, and is coming up on the intersection where your teammates will slide into place. And that's when you give the signal. Now. And so, Loup, I would like you to make a drive vehicles test real fast, just to see how precise your driving is in this moment, as tensions are rising and you're getting yourself into position.
We're gonna go ahead and throw 3 luck on this.
Okay, so that turns that into an 18. That is not
Machi.
Not a bad roll at all. Not a bad roll. You are like a scalpel in the road, sliding the rear of your vehicle right up against this post, and it stops just as you want it to, as you spin the vehicle that way, where just as your target vehicle enters exactly where you want it. And so, let's clear. So, in the truck, what you see in front of you is one person in the driver's seat, one person in the passenger. And it's a box truck of sorts, where you're certain that there's going to be others in the back of the box, but the front two seats is what you see immediately, with the mirrors hanging off the side, and the back being the opening where you'll find your product, very likely. And so this box truck, kind of solid color, gray, unassuming, probably from some kind of, old rental company that has since been bought out, maybe a time or two since this particular truck was in use. But immediately as you slide your car into place, the two in the driver and passenger seat that you see in the box truck look rather shocked, as the driver is pressing on the brakes very hard so as not to run into your vehicle. Stops just in time, just as other cars are leaving the intersection. What do you do?
I get out. I put a gun against the glass of the driver's side window.
That is your intention for the turn, okay. Slideye?
Well, at this exact moment, I believe Lulu has just ended up pulling up front, so I believe that is my job then to jump out and drag the driver out of the
Now keep in mind,
driver's side.
you keep in mind you are on the rear. You are not on the driver's side.
No. So when this thing is pulled up,
So you are
to
in
get
the
over
back here. Lou is in the front here. The driver is number 1. The passenger is number 2.
I'm just thinking of it as an old pickup truck in my mind, so I keep thinking it shouldn't take much of an issue to hop the roof.
No, well, the old pickup truck also has a cover on the bed. Is that right, Lou?
Yep.
Okay, I misunderstood. That was my mistake then. Okay, so then I will end up going in from the passenger side then. Because at the very least I can get in the cab.
Yep. So you
I like close quarters.
Be exiting here, and Lou will be exiting here to start. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative. So go ahead and click your token before rolling initiative, and then I will also add turn orders.
That's not the greatest roll, but okay.
I didn't put Trix token on the map, but she's off somewhere. Didn't. So, let's go ahead and put you on there so you can roll your initiative. And then have to, let's add a turn.
Gosh. It's your best initiative yet.
Right?
Hang on. Okay. enter some values here because I have already rolled their initiative. So number 1 is at 21. Number 2 is at 14. Number 3 is 13. And number 4 is 12. So let's put those in order. So Lou and Slideye have started the turns by starting initiative order by getting out of the vehicle. Trix, you have vision on these individuals also from your lamppost, your CCTV camera at the top of the traffic post. So you are first. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and start shutting down the cameras, but going to impair movement on the first guy, the one by Lou.
Okay. So you do have to hack him first in order to be able to upload a quick hack, because he's not connected to this network.
Ah. Yep.
This network is the city. He's not connected to it.
Yep.
So we're going to make some basic defense rolls on that. I'm going to call that a basic interface DV8.
Okay.
In order to get the quick hack, the hack on him, and then you'll have to load a quick hack. Yeah.
Don't even make it.
You can't get into his system without.
Yep.
You can do 2 other net actions, but I don't think you'd be able to hack him again this turn.
Not this turn. Try again. She'll try on number 2.
Number 2.
On the passenger side.
Passenger side. Okay.
There we go.
You are able to successfully hack. So what quick hack are you loading?
Impair movement.
Impair movement. Okay. So what do you need to do in order to do that? How does he resist?
Doesn't say anything about resisting, because it is from the Edge Runners book.
Okay.
Target's move is lowered by 1 for the next 60 seconds or 20 rounds. If reduced to 0 move, they cannot take a move action.
Okay. So he's reduced movement. Okay.
Yep.
So his movement and that's number 2. Okay, perfect. That's not a problem at all. So his move is now at a -2. I'll have to keep -1 actually, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. I don't have a way to notate that. Well, actually, you know what? I do actually, because I can put a little indicator on him. Let's put a net. He's slowed movement. Okay. Oh, he's not dead. Okay, so he's the one slowed movement.
Yep.
All right. You have, I believe, 1 more net action you can take. Oh no, that's 3 because you.
Yep, that's 3 because her first is starting to shut down the cameras that she's attached to.
Okay, so shutting down cameras, that was part of your control. Okay, and then you took 2 quick hack actions, but they didn't. Only one was successful.
Yep.
All right. Next up is number 1. Oops. Did I delete him?
I think you did.
You got ahead of me.
Nuts. Hang on. Add his turn back. So to make things easier, I am just going to keep them at the same initiative, and you guys will be rolling initiative every turn. So, number 1, what we doing, Mr. Dude? He sees that Lou is coming up towards him. So, Lou, with your intention, are you intending to be more intimidating, or are you intending to actually, like, start shooting?
The intention is to intimidate.
Okay.
I was gonna open the door and drag him out of the car.
Okay.
If the door is unlocked, then I was gonna open it and pull him out.
Okay. So in this case, I'm actually going to call this a face down between the two of you. Because he is intending to intimidate you first. So this is
Free intimidation.
Yeah, so before you take your turn and take actual action towards opening the door and everything, he is going to try and face you down with his own gun, which is a very heavy pistol. And he is going to make a face down roll to try and intimidate you first. With a...
Where's that at?
Back the fuck off. So that is going to be in social, I believe.
Why don't I see it?
Face down.
Yeah, I don't have that in social.
Actually, well, it's a D10 plus your cool rating plus your reputation with Valentino's.
Oh, you know what? I bet that's down here underneath reputation.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Reputation.
Which you currently don't have any rep with Valentino's.
No, I do not.
So it would be just a D10 plus cool.
How do I do that?
Just make a cool roll, I believe.
Yeah.
Go up to cool and just click it.
Oh, okay. Where is just cool?
That would be at the top.
Sorry.
Or just go on the side and roll a D10 and add your cool modifier instead.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because I don't think it's clickable, so...
Oh, there's cool. Yeah, it's not clickable. So let's do that.
Yep, just roll a D10 and add your cool.
Done. Cool is 6, so that makes that a 9.
He also makes it a 9. That's a tie. In the case of turn order, he would have...
Wait, who's cooler?
with it being a tie.
I'm gonna argue with you about that one.
Right. With it being a tie and this being his turn,
because I ambushed him.
Yeah, he would be the attacker, and I believe in the case of Cyberpunk, meat does not beat. You would have to he would have had to get above your face down to be able to successfully intimidate you. So, because defender wins ties, you win that roll, and you are not intimidated. But that is his action for the turn. Which does bring us to Lou.
Does the door open when I pull on the handle?
It is locked. You find out.
Yeah, go figure. Sure, I planned for this. I am gonna pull out my hatchet and smash the window.
Smash the window you do. Go ahead and make a... I'm gonna call this a melee weapon check, just to see how strong, if you can get to, like, a DV value. That it's glass.
Yeah.
So, it's not terribly strong DV, but... Ooh, but that ain't gonna get through it. That's
Not something I'm good at is the problem.
Yeah, the window's a little tougher than you expected.
Bounces off the goddamn window.
Yep, it does. That's gonna be your
Oh,
action.
I have 2 ROF with this.
2 ROF. You're gonna try again?
You damn well know it.
Oh, how did you crit fail twice in a row?
Don't give me my luck back. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Look, we're Derek dicing real bad right here, right now.
There it goes. So be it.
Yep. Trying to smash that window just isn't budging. Isn't budging at all.
I yell with futility. Ah!
Alright. Oh, poor Slideye. You're at the bottom of the initiative order. I'm so sorry. Well, since he's seeing that his buddy has drawn a weapon and has started to attempt to get Lou to back off, but Lou goes to try and smash the window, and the window's not successfully broken yet. Number 2 over here is... what's he gonna do? What is he gonna do? Also pulls out his weapon, but doesn't intend to fire just yet. Instead, he's trying to face down on Slideye. So Slideye is going to be a contested D10 plus cool roll. Ooh, ouchie. If you make a single success. Slideye?
Well,
I was talking to you this whole
No.
time. It's not your turn. I was making a face down at you.
oh, okay. Sorry.
So make a D10 plus
What?
cool roll.
D10 plus cool. Okay.
If you make even a 1, you win. Because this guy crit failed. Okay, a 12. 12 is good. You are not face down by him. He is more likely to shit his pants based on your look back at him.
Well, that's oddly appropriate. So
3 and 4 only really know that they have stopped moving. You do not know what they do. Slideye.
okay. Then just to be clear, so I'm on the passenger side.
Yep.
The passenger is trying to get me to back down.
Is not
Seems
successful.
to be a little nervous
Yep.
in the ride.
Yep.
Now, this Night City, I'm presuming that it's locked. However, as far as the glass goes,
Yep.
Lou has tried to end up pushing it, right? So it showcases it being tempered.
Well, she's unsuccessful in trying to smash it, so maybe.
How is she trying to
Or
smash it?
lose a pussy.
With the with her hatchet.
Okay. I'm going to end up turning this into a hostage situation. My intent is to end up putting the mantis blade directly through the hip, hit glass, and hit, drag it around the hip, throat. So that if he ends up deciding to gun it, he's just going to end up chopping into the neck of his Patriot and bring this entire thing to a standstill.
Okay. In which case, I am... Let me see what...
You can make that an intimidation roll. You can make that just an attack roll. It constitute as such. That is my intent. I allow you to end up telling me and how it plays out.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at what that skill might be. Because there's not really an intimidation skill, per se, in the case of Cyberpunk, so...
We've used persuasion in the past for intimidation.
We have, but it also doesn't feel right. I don't know. It just isn't. It's kind of a weird one.
It's okay.
In that case, I'm going to say... So are you trying to intimidate with a show of strength or a show of character?
Let's do a show of force. Yeah, show of strength.
Okay, then I'm going to call this an athletics check.
Okay.
Because that seems appropriate for a show of strength.
That's pretty good. 17.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not bad. Let's see. Well, does he have a good human perception? Let's find out.
Oh, Coffee, just for sake of reference, Slideye's not going to be able to talk because to hide her identity, she has literally removed her lower faceplate. I think I should make that mention of that right now. I've realized it was a bit of prep I was meaning to say, and for some odd reason, it skipped my head.
Okay.
But we've earlier established she can remove her lower faceplate, obviously removing her ability to talk, but...
Yeah, because normally a faceplate would be taken off by a Ripperdoc, not in person.
I was thinking akin to, if you recall, in Edge Runners. What's her name? She ended up having that lower face mask, and it turns out that entire section was removable. So, if not, I will pass. Never mind on that action.
No, it makes sense for
cool
some
visual.
kind of like some kind of face mask or something like that. Yeah. It makes sense that she would have done that prep, so it's fine that she would have just kind of like, it's not easily popped off, but it's definitely something you could have prepped for. So.
Okay.
So you'd have to go get it, you'd have to spend an hour to put it back on. And spend an hour to take it off. That sort of thing.
Good old plug and play.
Yeah. It's not instant, but it's definitely something that you can do.
Okay.
Just takes an hour to take on and take off.
Alright.
We'll call it that. Alright, so he does not have a good human perception. Is he going to see through that? Nope. Nope. He is not going to see through that. He's not going to... He's very intimidated by the show of force that you're making right now. So, that being your action, do you say anything?
Can't.
Oh, yeah, well...
I just give him the death stare. Don't move.
Okay. Well, that means you have moved up to here to do such a thing. He's having a hard time moving. On top of being pinned by a mantis blade, on top of witnessing that someone is breaking in, or attempting to break into the truck, number 2 is shitting his pants. Number 1 is a little unfazed. So, with that being the end of the round, I want you guys to make new initiative rolls. Ooh.
There it is.
Trix.
World initiative's back. Okay.
Okay. Lou and Slideye, did you make your new initiative rolls? Yes. I see Lou did. Slideye, new initiative roll.
No, I don't think of anything I can
No.
do. And so initiative roll is what I'm gonna have to do.
Yep.
Hey, it wasn't as bad as the last one.
Yeah. Let's go. Alright, so let's turn that order back into things. So number 1. What is he doing? He doesn't want Lou to get in. He's also seeing that a mantis blade is on his buddy's neck. He's... Not excited about this. Not excited. Not excited at all. Okay. He doesn't want to shoot at Lou at the moment because that's going to break the window like she wants. He doesn't want that. Lou, he's just going to attempt to try and swear at you to get you to back down again, so he's going to face you down again. And he's swearing at you in many words in Spanish.
So that's a 10 that time. So I'm even less phased by him.
Yep, because he rolled a 5. Oh, well, he tried.
He tried.
He tried.
Good try.
He's definitely thinking about... He's definitely thinking about taking other tactics. Okay. The next up is number 2. Who is shitpant right now. He doesn't want to move because that'll slice his neck off. Definitely doesn't like that. Well, the glass is already broken on that passenger side. He's going to... Does he want to take that risk? Does he want to take that risk and actually try and shoot at you? I don't know. Let's find out.
Don't do it. Don't do it, homie. Don't do it, homie. You don't want this smoke.
He also doesn't want to lose his shit either. Okay. He has it already pulled. I think he's gonna go for a headshot.
Oof.
On Slideye. She's point blank in his range. Ooh, I don't know that that's gonna hit. Cause that's a 6. You have a dexterity that's high enough that you could evade, though. Is that right?
Well, I have a dex of 8, so...
Yeah, dex 8 allows you to attempt to evade.
Attempt or auto pass? I guess there's always a chance of being penalized, right?
Yeah, so...
and it's athletics to dodge, right?
Yes.
Evasion.
Evasion to dodge.
Okay.
Oh, evasion, sorry. There we go. Evasion.
Oh, well, that's a crit. Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
mama.
Wow. This is what it's like when dice roll well?
Yeah.
Right?
Holy shit.
Thank you, Amber, for stealing my my curse. Don't give it back, please.
Amber didn't steal it. I did. The amount of fails I've had this game.
Yeah, no doubt.
Not successful.
That's beautiful. You just bend your head and it goes past you.
Yeah, and that's a rate of fire
I
of 1.
the bullet with my teeth if I didn't if it wasn't affected when I lower jaw at this point.
Yeah, he tries to fire 1 shot at you with this very heavy pistol, and it
and we got a robot.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Robot coffee again.
Okay, are we back? OBS isn't back. Am I back? Hello? 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 Am I dead to the world? OBS is back now. It shit the bed.
Your entire system shit the bed.
Well, it's my internet that shits the bed. Really.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's not my PC at all. It's my internet. But we're back. Welcome back, Twitch. So we were getting back to the whole thing. Sorry if you guys are seeing ads multiple times in the stream. Thank my thank my damn ISP. Watch my ads. So guy number 2 is Shitpan. Okay, next up is Loup.
Yes.
What you doing, Home Slice?
Yes. Okay. So she, since Slideye said so, threw her bandana or a dirty rag or whatever she's tied around her face to also hide her identity. She yells at the driver, "We're not here for you. Just get out of the truck and get the hell out of here." I'd like that to be like I guess it's like a 3 seconds, isn't it? So that's gonna be the whole fucking action, isn't it? God damn it.
It would be some kind of a command action, yes.
I don't want to do that.
You can talk and do something else at the same time if you like, but it's not going to be an intimidation like you like.
I don't want to intimidate him.
Okay.
I want to talk to him while I'm picking the lock to the door.
Okay. Then let's find out what kind of check that'll be. That's going to be some kind of thievery something.
I'm sure I've got a lockpick skill. I'm sure I've got pick lock.
Locks is under
Here it is,
technique.
pick lock.
Yep.
Of course I have pick lock. Click.
Okay. So we're going to call that a difficulty value for being able to do that. Because this is obviously we're in the 21st century. It's 2074. Locks have become more sophisticated, right? Well, this is also an older truck, a couple generations back from the company that was used, blah 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 blah. It might be easier than you think. So, you attempt. You reach for your tools that jack open the locks on vehicles, and what do you know? You succeed. The lock is picked. The door is now unlocked. You are successful in your action. In 3 seconds. Now, opening the door and dragging the guy out is going to require another turn.
Yeah. And he's going to get a turn ahead of me next turn. So he's going to lock the door and shut it again.
He may, if he has an initiative, if you don't get a higher initiative than him. Because
there's always next turn.
There is always next turn. Slideye.
Can I add luck to my initiative?
Because initiative is D10 plus Dex, isn't it?
Gotta be.
I think. Because that's
reflex.
Because luck can be added to skills. And a reflex check. I would have to actually look at the ruling on that, because I'm not sure if luck can be added to just straight stat rolls, like initiative or face down, or if they're only applied to skills from the skills section. I'm
looking it up.
Yeah, that's a ruling we're gonna have to find out. But it is Slideye's turn while you're looking that up. So, Slideye, what you doing?
I'm going to point to the lock and tell this individual to open the goddamn door.
Well, you can't talk. How are you?
I can gesture to the lock.
You can gesture to the lock. Whether he understands what you're actually commanding him to do, well, that's another story. So that's going to be... I'm going to say that is going to be a persuasion at a -2.
Persuasion at a -2. I would like to...
Because you're doing that strictly with body language.
Yep. So persuasion at a -2. Oh my god! What are these rolls?
What are you doing? You're mojo dicing it today. My guy.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Spam them if you got them, guys. Let's throw some mojo dice in the chat. Well, since that's a crit, I'm going to call that an auto win. Because he has no way of beating, what was it, a 29? Holy hell. These guys are Valentino mooks, let's be real. So,
yep.
This guy, shit pant as he is, complies. He unlocks the door and he swings it open, trying not to get his blade, trying to get not to get his neck nicked by your blade. But that's he's like, nope, ain't even worth, nope. And he's kind of noping the fuck out, let's be real, on his turn.
If that is the case, then all the better. One less person got a kill.
Well, he hasn't moved yet, but he is gonna nope the fuck out, because it's not his turn yet. It was your turn. But you have got your point across. So, you opened the door, you got him to move, you got him to understand your command, and he's got his gun in his hand in the air, and he's like, nope, not even, nope. This guy ain't even wanting nothing to do with this. Okay. So after Slideye's turn is 3 and 4, who by this time have come around and exited the truck. Seeing that that Loup is getting rather close to getting the driver out of the fucking vehicle. So what they're gonna do, they don't really want to open fire on you either, because let's be real, the police are gonna get called if fires get shot, or shots get fired, which one already has. Let's be real, there's probably a civilian who just fucking darted off of the damn sidewalk and across the street already. So,
Well, let's hope that they have other things to respond to right now. But thankfully, we've made a contingency on that.
Yeah, because they're gangers. They don't want the police called either. What do indeed? Huh. Yeah, Lou, you're not backing down. So number 3 is just gonna call out to you, Lou, and say, "Let's see some eddies, then." You can respond in a couple of words if you like. Oh, did we
Come again?
Oh, I was just saying that since we lost you for a second, that number 3 out of the Valentinos that you see in the
No. I heard them. I don't know what the fuck they mean.
Oh, let's see some eddies. Like they want you to fork over some cash if you're wanting to hijack the truck.
Weird. Do you think I'd be doing this if I had eddies?
Yeah. Well, they're getting paid for this job, so what's a body? So he's gonna fire at you.
Sick.
So let's... He's just gonna do a regular old attack with a very heavy pistol. And let's see, so 13. I'm gonna hit at this range. Let's see, what is the range? "36 meters. That's kind of a lot. I didn't think about the distances. Oh, yeah, for a pistol at that range, yeah, they'd need a 25 to hit. That's a 13. That's not gonna work. Can he even get that range? Can he even get that high? I don't know that he can. Not with that skill. These are mooks, after all. Yeah, second guy firing isn't going to hit either because you're too far.
Can I flip them off as a free action?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to because they're swearing up and down at you as well.
I do the suck it X.
Suck it. Okay. Brings us to Trix.
Okay. Let's see here. Guy number 2 is making like he's going to be getting out and leaving.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Okay, 3 and 4.
They're firing at
miss.
Lou. Yeah.
Yep. Guy number 1 hasn't moved.
No, he has not.
Well, you know what? Let's make this a little bit fun and short circuit guy number 3.
Short circuit. Toasty.
Yep. So you get to choose 3 pieces of cyberware on him.
Is that versus a difficulty value for the interface?
DV8.
Okay.
For the quick hack.
Okay. Oddly enough, he's only got some fashion wear.
Well then.
He does not have any cyberware that would be of... I mean, aside from his plugs, but he's not plugged into anything, so he's not really affected by that much.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, because that doesn't cause damage, does it?
No,
No.
no, it's just
just a cyberware
the
malfunction.
the selected cyberware ceases to function for 60 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, so he can't use his plugs for 60 seconds. That's it.
20 rounds. Not like he was going to use them anyway.
Yep. Okay.
At that point, I'm going to go ahead and mess with the traffic lights.
Okay.
And
how are you messing with the traffic lights?
guys, how did we want to mess with them? Other than, stopping traffic. Was it just that, or do you want me to really cause things to go haywire?
I feel like you'd want to make the way clear for us to drive out and block traffic in the cross streets.
Okay.
And then, prepare the lights behind us to go red where necessary.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to call that a control check. Keep in mind, if you crit fail, there is still something lurking in this subnet that you haven't pinpointed.
Yep. Right. Please don't crit fail.
Ooh.
Hey, that's better.
Yep, and that's a crit. So, yep, you have the lights operating as you would see fit.
Yep. And then last night action, we'll try to impair movement on guy number 1 again.
Okay. Then make a quick hack on him. Okay.
That'll do.
That'll do. So he is impaired movement by 1. Also.
Yep. And that will be it.
Okay. Those are your quick hacks. So, let's do a new turn.
Hey, that's better.
Oh, all the reading that I did on it said that, yes, you could. I didn't say to do it before I did my roll, so.
Okay, for initiative? Okay.
Yeah. It seemed like a lot of people were asking about using it for face downs. It said it's, just like a regular skill roll.
Skill. Okay.
You can use it on that or for initiative. Mainly because in the book it doesn't say that you can't use luck for that.
Yeah.
So, since it's not prohibited, then why not?
Yeah, then why not? Yeah, makes sense. I just wanted to, be clear on the rules about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Slideye, new initiative.
Just rolled it.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 14. Okay. Trix. Oh,
You've climbed by 1 every round.
So Trix is,
I don't know how to feel about this.
Oh, did you not click your tokens and re-roll it? Because that's your.
Yeah, I clicked my token.
Oh.
14 is what I rolled. Says on the turn order that I'm at 14.
Oh.
Yep.
We did it.
Did it? Okay, because I got so confused.
You got to hit the order button.
Oh, yeah, because I'm a dum-dum.
There you go.
All right.
You're doing a great
you
job.
kidding?
You just used it. This is your first time you used it.
Yeah. Turn order is like not a tool that I've used in Roll20 very often. So let's be real, I'm new to that. Not much anything else in Roll20, but I'm new to that. That's not something I've used before. Well,
All right. Let's get the genius with speed. Mr. Synth Coke himself over here.
Who hasn't actually taken any synth coke, let's be real. He... Oh, let's... Oh. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? They can't just give up the...
His door's unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
His boys are shooting. One of his boys is stepping out of the fucking truck.
Fuck, I don't know what they're gonna do, because they're...
I've asked him. I said, "Son, you can quit now."
For the kind of cargo that they're toting around, though, I should have I should have had a higher difficulty character in here, because these guys are fucking fuck.
Yeah, they're morons.
They are morons. What do? Okay. So, number one. You, sir. Well, if the door's gonna come open anyway, he might as well cap you in the fucking head.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So let's
That
zero.
sounds like my luck.
Let's zero this bitch. So.
Yeah, that sounds like what I got coming.
16 to hit at point blank for a handgun pistol, which would be a DV13, so he's successful. You are going to take damage, my friend. You cannot evade. You don't have that kind of dexterity.
I do not.
You are going to take 12 damage, reduced by your armor.
Okay, so that's 4 to health.
Just kind of, since it's kind of point blank and you're kind of like a little lower because you're on the ground than he is in the truck, he kind of points down and starts and unloads a heavy pistol bullet into your shoulder. Because he's doing this rather quick. He was trying to go for your head, but he was just wanting it to go a little willy-nilly anywhere in your direction. So your shoulder's fine. It kind of wings you a bit.
You said just a heavy, not a very heavy?
It's a very heavy pistol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Very heavy pistol. So he clocked you in the shoulder. Next up is Trix.
Okay. Don't like the fact he just fired on Loup. Yeah, I'm gonna try and overheat him.
Overheat. Let's go.
Fuck yes.
Yep, that'll be the DV8. How much damage did he take?
Target is now on fire. He is taking 4 points of damage at the end of their turn until the fire goes out. It bypasses armor but does not ablate it.
Okay. Bypasses armor, does not ablate. Okay.
And it requires an action to be put out.
Okay. So, as this individual kind of wings you in the shoulder, Lou, you do see him just in his cyberware ports. You just see that they start to kind of turn red and light his shirt on fire. His shirt and leathers that he's wearing are now on fire, as you see this man is... Well, if he was doused in shoe, he would immolate. It's too bad nobody thought about that. Okay, so Trix, you have quick tacked this individual with an overheat. So...
I got Looking more.
Number 1 buddy is on fire.
You know what? Let's do the same thing to 3.
Same thing to 3. Alright, shoot an oversheet. You meet it, you do not beat it, so you do not succeed.
Yep. And might as well try on number 4 because he took a shot at Loup too.
Yep.
Nope.
That is not successful either.
I got the first guy.
We got the number 1, his shirt, his plugs, his hair maybe, and his leathers are on fire in front of Loup.
Yep.
That brings us to number 2, our good friend in front of Slideye. His buddy's not looking good. He was very tempted to do basically what Slideye was inaudibly commanding him to do, which is to get out and leave. Instead, he sees that his friend is on fire and is likely going to try and put him out. So number 2 is going to spend his action and put his buddy out, actually, as far as the fire. So the fire's going to go out, but he does not get anything else to do his turn. We have number 3, who is also going after Loup. He's going to move up closer and basically in close range is going to shoot at Loup as well. So let's see if he actually can succeed on a... Nope, not an aim shot. I just want a standard shot. Okay, 15 will pass, so Loup, you are going to take... Ooh, a critical injury got inflicted. 18 health damage.
Ah, Christ.
Oh no.
That's 11 to me.
11.
Wow.
Ouch. Ouch, Loup. Ouch, Loup.
And then that's going to be 5 extra because of the injury. And I'm also critically wounded because I'm at more than half less.
Okay, yeah, you're severely wounded, so you're -2 on all your
Severely
actions
wounded.
going forward.
Yes, indeedy. Wowzers.
And let's roll
On the injury table.
on the injury table for your body.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. So roll me 2d6.
It's a great job. It's going so great.
I'm sorry, Loup.
So good. No, this is great. We're happy about this. It's so good.
It's an 8.
Oh, Christ. What's an 8?
A broken leg, your -4 to your move score.
Oh.
So, this heavy pistol round, you weren't expecting him to just be all up on you and just fire at your femur. And it was a
My
good
femur?
yeah, a good shot.
He got me in the femur?
Yep. He was close enough to be able to make a good shot on you. He was just going for anywhere on your leg, and it turned out that it was in the right and perfect place to basically break your leg on impact. Go straight through your leg, flesh, bone, and everything. And you can barely move. So you have a minimum of 1 movement. If your move is higher than that, you're at -4. But yeah, you're at minimum 1 movement.
My movement's 3.
Okay. Your movement's normally 3.
My movement's normally 7.
Oh, normally 7. So it's at 3 now. Okay.
At 3 now.
At 3 now. So
Not great. Not
Yeah,
great,
you're limping along, literally.
literally.
Yeah. It is your turn, though.
We. Um. Um. Yeah. I scream out
Mm-mm.
in feral, enraged pain.
As you do.
Um, I don't remember. Can you mix ROFs? Like if I have a one ROF weapon of like one type and another ROF weapon of another type, can you cross those? No, right?
No, you basically select your weapon that you're using for the round,
Right.
and you can
That's what I
fire
thought.
that rate of fire.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool. Um, so what I'm gonna do is throw the door to the truck open. Um, climb on in, jump on the driver, and bite the fuck out of him.
So you're gonna bite the driver?
I am.
Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna take a whole lot of movement because you're right there, basically right there on him. So
I
you
just
can,
have to climb up.
yeah, just a little bit of climbing,
Okay,
which is not gonna take not it. Basically, getting up there is gonna take your full movement that you have at the moment.
great,
Uh,
great,
to get all up on him, but you can definitely make a bite attack as your action.
great. Let's see. I have 3 luck left. Let's go ahead and throw. Um, um, you're not going to let me pick after the fact which one gets the venom or gets the poison, right? Do I have to pick in advance which one gets the poison?
Hmm.
Well, I guess it's going to be the one that actually hits that gets the poison.
The
I'm
one
not
that
going to expend it on the one that misses. So,
Yeah, it's the
um,
kind of administration where when you land, it goes off.
right, it wouldn't go
Makes
off
sense.
until it hits, so I don't have to
Yeah,
worry about that.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm just going to do 2 attacks
Okay,
and add the poison to the one that hits.
okay. So
Pretty low damage.
since that's a
Nice.
melee attack, right? Yeah, he does have a
Yeah,
chance
it
to evade.
also um um uh yeah.
Yeah, since it's melee attack, let's evade that. Let's see what he can do to evade.
Yeah, it does bypass armor is the one thing.
Okay, so bypass armor. First attack, you meet, so you do not beat. Defender wins.
Okay. Okay.
Second attack is a crit fail, so it lands. And that's for 1 piercing damage, and then your poison damage.
Incredible. Incredible. Okay, so go ahead and hit me with a DC 13.
DC 13 resist.
DC 13 resist drugs and torture.
Oh, he has a +0 in that. Let's go. He
Yeah,
fails because that's an
usually
11.
have that. Awesome.
So roll your poison damage.
That's what we're looking for.
8 poison damage.
So there's 8. There's an additional 8 damage with that.
Okay. Well, he's not looking so good.
And I'm in the cab with him.
Yeah, you're basically struggling in the cab with him.
Nice.
All right. So number 4 since you're kind of like stacked with this guy, he doesn't really have a good shot on you. So he's not from here anyway. So he's going to move next to his buddy. He's going to see you. And let's see, what is that distance? 18? Okay. Well, he might nick his buddy, and he might not. So let's roll really quickly. Number 4. Because he's trying to shoot Loup, but might nick his friend. We'll find out. If he crit fails, that might happen.
Never thought I'd hear for a crit fail before, but there we go.
However, he is going to fail. He's going to fail hitting Loup. He does not crit fail and hit his friend. He instead hits somewhere inside the interior of the truck. Unsuccessful at landing a shot. So believe that ends the round. Let's get new initiative.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm keeping this simple for simplicity's sake.
Nope, all good.
Where my characters all stay the same initiative. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you're good.
What the?
Slideye with
What is going on?
Damn.
Beautiful.
Derek, embrace it. Enjoy it.
Derek, I think we found your game, hon.
There goes my hero. Watch it as he comes.
So, Slideye, you've seen what's happened to Loup. You saw that there was a blast that went straight through her leg. You know she's limping along. She climbed into the cab with the driver and chomped down on his neck with those very, very strong vampire teeth that she has.
That's the one that's on fire, right?
That is, well, it was on fire. His buddy put him out.
Okay.
Which was the one that you were holding at knife point before with your mantis blade.
I love the idea that his entire help put his buddy out is just a slap fight because he can't move his neck because, you know.
Yeah, basically. Slideye, what you doing? On your crit initiative.
I am going to... So, the window's clearly busted at this point, right? Like, I can reach in if I need to?
Yeah, you stabbed a hole through the thing.
Well, I'm just double-checking if it's a slit in the window that my blade's currently going, in which case it's more like one of those magic box where you're putting a whole bunch of swords in until you nick the person who's hiding inside, or if it's completely busted.
No,
if it's completely busted...
No, it's not completely busted. It is shattered, though.
Okay. Then my intent is to... Now, this is a fairly big truck,
your blade
right?
went through and it spidered out, yeah.
Yeah. I could step on the... Okay. So there should be a step just below the...
Yeah, it's a tiny climb up.
Okay. I am going to force my arm through the whole thing.
Okay.
Grab hold of number 1 and use him... Pull him and number 2 out and yank them both out of the truck.
Okay, so let's keep in mind...
If this is crit, if this is crits are the thing right now,
yeah,
I'm gonna abuse that.
You have crit initiative. Just keep in mind that the whole truck is 12 meters across. It's the fact that this is meters is very big.
I was just going to ask you. It's 12 meters across.
Yeah, it's meant to be like a.
It's less truck and more tank.
12 or 15-foot box truck, you know.
I know I can easily reach it in a typical real life vehicle to grab a driver if I'm reaching over a passenger.
Like, you know how
And
those big
pull
U-Hauls
them both
are?
up.
The
Yeah.
big U-Hauls? That's what this is.
You can reach over the passenger to grab the driver.
You can, just keep in mind that there's a middle seat.
Okay.
So,
Well, either way, if it is an option, that is the option I'm going to do. I am going to drag them both out at this point because a lot of flailing, a lot of panic, and I need to get them out of the truck now, and I'd rather do it without killing somebody. So,
okay.
Grapple is just brawl.
So I'm going to call this a brawl check, of course. You are going to make 2 brawl checks to be able to do this in the same round.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, your second one is going to be at a -2 because it is 2 actions in the same round.
alright.
Normally I wouldn't allow this, but you're grabbing both at once, one with each hand. Well, actually, your Mantis Blade is out.
Yeah.
You can't grab with that hand.
I could retract.
You could retract. Is that an action or free?
I don't believe that's an action.
I don't think it's an action to deploy and retract, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. I think it's just there to emphasize that you can't be doing 3 things at once with it. So
Right.
it doesn't treat it like as if you have a hand free when it's deployed.
Yeah, you can't grab something when it's deployed.
Yeah.
So
But,
you can't hold a gun, you can't grab anything, you can't use that hand.
Yeah. But if I retract it as a free action, I can still grab both.
Yeah,
which
You
is-
can grab one with each hand. It'll be
Yeah.
it'll be kind of a split. So I'm gonna say, actually, if it's gonna be just like something like a split action, then I'm gonna say that the DV on grabbing both of them. Well, contested brawl rolls actually, because you'll have to grab each one with a brawl roll.
Okay. Well, they don't seem particularly brawly, so you said a -2 penalty on the second one, right?
-2 on the second one, and it's going to be versus their evasion.
Okay, I'm going to do plus. I'm going to spend all 3 of my luck.
Okay. Remember, you're
I
rolling
do-
twice.
I'm double checking. Oh, I have 6 luck. Okay, I'm going to spend +2 on the first one and +4 on the second one.
Okay. So first is you will need to beat a 12, which you do.
That's 21.
Second one. Ooh.
That is a 24. Or
Okay.
pardon, no, that is a 20. That's a 25.
Okay. Yeah, the first one's a success. The second one is not. He crit on a 26.
You gotta be kidding me! Wow. Okay. Well, good news. I'm dragging the other one across his buddy who was
Yeah.
recently held hostage. I'm dragging his
Look,
school body
I
over his
fucking
buddy.
double 10'd.
God damn.
Coffee. Coffee. You're not supposed to. It's our job.
I told you, it's a double 10. All right. So, first roll was number 1. Second roll was number 2. So,
Yep.
So yeah, number 1, you essentially kind of get all up in here. You grab number 1 and start pulling him towards you.
Yep. I'm pulling him out of the cab.
Okay. And pulling him out of the cab. He is grappled with you. Now, since you are moving with him and he's struggling, it would be reduced movement to get him X amount of feet far. So you can maybe go 1 more square with him, but that's it.
I'm gonna throw him out the fucking truck.
Okay, you can do that for 1 square. Where are you going to land him? You can land him anywhere next to
I
you.
am going to land him the square directly northeast.
Northeast of you?
Truck.
Northeast of you? Yep, there we go. Get the right here.
Yep, that is the square.
Okay. Alright. He is thrown to that square adjacent to you. He's not necessarily prone, but he's, he's definitely been grabbed and thrown.
And scorched. And Adalet.
and has had his health reduced. You know, he's not having a good day.
He's really not.
The question is, does he want to stick around?
Mm,
Is he getting paid enough for this shit?
mm. There was a hefty payday promised, but it ain't in his hands yet. At least as far as you know.
Hey, real quick, I want to throw in real quick.
So,
If you are currently the attacker in a grapple, you can use an action to throw them onto the ground, dealing your body stat directly to their hit points and damage.
ooh, if you would like,
The
yes.
damage ignores the defender's armor and doesn't ablate it.
So, do you want to cause him damage?
No, I don't.
No.
I have no interest in adding a body count to this.
Okay. No interest in harming him. Okay. Well, his turn. He doesn't share your sentiment. He's going to shoot at you. And then, start running. 17 is a successful shot. However, you have a chance to evade. Roll me evade. Since you are Dex 8.
Okay. That's a 19.
That is a successful dodge. Okay. He does not land that hit. He is instead, now that you have determined that you are indeed a very strong woman, you are indeed a very fast woman, the cash in his pocket says that he does not belong here. So he's going to start running. Now, since I don't have the map to extend that far, I'm just going to indicate that with a red. That he has gone his full movement in the opposite direction of you. Which he is lightly wounded. Yes, yeah, he's lightly wounded, so he's not in any danger. He's not at any penalty either. So, but yes, he has moved his full movement, having shot at you, pleased with himself at the moment. Trix.
It worked well as a distraction last time. Going to overheat number 3.
Overheat number 3.
In hopes that number 4 will have to put out his buddy.
Aha.
Or not.
Ooh,
Or not.
Yikers. Nope. Not successful, my dear.
Okay. Well, you know what? Number 4 is right there. Let's try it on him.
Alright. Try number 2. Well,
There we go.
There we go. Number 4 is on fire.
Number 4 is on fire.
Hey, at least there's one distraction going.
Yep. And then, we'll do the same thing to number 2. If anything, to keep him from going after, Slideye too much.
Ooh,
Or not.
You're Derek dicing it real bad right here. Look, there's an
Derek and I switch places, that's all.
Oh, enchanting sorcery. Welcome.
Uh-oh, robot.
Uh-oh. Nani? Am I roboting still? No! Sorry again for all of the internet troubles, everyone. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that, if we remain here, that, that we're gonna need to replace the goddamn modem. But, now that we're back. Okay, so, I believe we had just finished up Slideye's turn, where she...
We just finished up with mine.
Oh, finished up your turn. Okay. Finished up your turn. Alright. So, with that being said, let's go to number 2.
Yeah, just 2, 3, and 4 to take turns spanking me.
2.
Well, 2's got to deal with Slideye, so.
Well, 2 may not necessarily want to be part of this party anymore.
Do you blame him?
He definitely doesn't like that there was a mantis blade in his fucking face.
Well, not anymore. It's retracted.
Okay. Well,
Remember, because I had to end up retracting it to do the throw action.
Yeah. So the mantis blade is no longer out, but he knows that it's there, so he knows that that's like super like hardcore shit. So he's like, nah, bro. So he's running in this direction if Slideye will let him. He doesn't even want to fire his gun. He's just full on booking it, double running. So he's going off in that direction. Number 1's going off in this direction. Which brings us to number 3, who is upset that all of his friends are leaving. And Lou, right now you look like an easy target. But also his buddy's on fire. Yeah, Lou, you look like an easy target. Heavy pistol shot. Very heavy pistol shot.
Say la vie.
Which is an 18 to hit, and he's only 2 squares away from you, so that's going to hit you for 14 damage, reduced by armor.
Mighty. Where's my armor at? 14 damage, thanks. I'm alive still.
Okay, good.
God.
That is
Number
8
4.
to hell.
Number 4 is spending his action to put out the fire. Does not want to be on fire. Does he take damage before the fire? Or
No, it's just
End of-
4 points at the end of his turn if he doesn't.
okay, so if he takes the turn to not put out the fire, then yeah, he.
Yeah.
Okay, so he puts out the fire before the end of his turn. So end of his turn, he's fired out.
Yeah, effectively, it's used as, hey, if you don't do this, you are taking damage, but you're going to be using up your action.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough. All right, so brings us to Lou. What do, Lou?
Yeah, Lou's in the driver's seat, right?
Yep. She had
Okay.
number 1 pulled out from underneath her.
Yeah. Lou's now alone in the truck. She's gonna shut the door. She's gonna back out.
Back the truck out from its position.
Yeah, and then she's gonna try and run over 3 and 4 as she leaves.
Okay. Then let's make that a drive vehicles check. You are very critically injured, so just keep your penalty in mind.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Still conscious, because you still have more than 1 HP, but...
Yeah, regular drive. Let's go ahead and throw 1 luck on this bad boy.
Yep. Drive vehicle. Ooh, you're having a hard time. You're able to back it up. but
7.
yeah, you're able to
Do I
back
hit
it.
the other curb?
Yeah, you're kind of running over the curb at this point. You've got it backed up.
She mutters, "Cute girls hit curbs," and keeps driving.
So yeah, you've got it backed up a bit. But you don't have it. You have not successfully driven it forward to hit the other two.
Oh man, I wasn't really concerned about actually hitting them. I really wanted to just kind of just drive it the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But I haven't moved it forward successfully.
You have only driven it backwards. I would have said if you got a 10 plus, you would have gotten past your original vehicle.
Okie dokie.
So new initiative.
Trying not to pass out here.
Oh, poor Lou.
It's okay. I can do first aid on myself. I'm fine.
Slideye.
I am trying to end up getting this to work. But won't open. There we go. It's opening my character sheet now.
There we go.
It's funny. It's just bogged out for me. Oh, okay. There we go. There's a regular roll.
Okay, so all of the guys go in front of you.
Oh boy.
However,
That's great. I'm so happy about that.
1 and 2 are just booking and running. They're no longer issues. If you're not pursuing them, they will continue running. 3 and 4, however, are still present. So they don't like that Lou is driving. I don't mean to gang up on you, but you're the one who's actively stealing their shit.
No, I get it. I'm kind of being a problem.
Let's see.
Don't be a menace in South Central.
Because I was trying to determine how far away you would need to get to be able to get past here. So, I don't even know that this is a true representation of where the truck actually is. Let me kind of adjust that a little bit more. Because they can move. Let's see. They can move to where the truck would be.
I feel like with my diminished movement capacity, I wouldn't be able to move the truck much further than you could physically walk or run.
Yeah, you're having
a burn anyway. I feel like that's about as far as you can go anyway.
Yeah.
I've got one good fucking leg.
Yeah, and that's your that's your driving leg.
I got one good leg. I got about a pint of blood left in my body. I'm not doing so great.
You're not doing so hot, my guy. This guy is moving toward the truck and even getting so bold as to be in front of it.
Yeah, bold choice.
Yeah. So I am going to give you a slight bonus because you are above him. He has to kind of shoot above the truck's hood, because this is like a slightly off the ground sort of big box truck. He's gonna be at a -2 for the shot. Yeah, that's a 13, and let's determine distance. Yeah, well, let me see. 13 would be a successful shot.
Can we say he has to hit me in the head since it's over the dash?
Yeah, but it's not a true aimed shot either.
It's your call.
Yeah.
It can go to body.
So yeah. So yeah, that would be a success. 13 would be a success on the chart. So.
How much damage is that?
13 minus armor.
Okay. 13 minus 5 is 8, right?
Yes.
I don't have that. I don't have that many.
You have...
What happens if I don't have that many?
You are reduced to 0 and unconscious.
Great! Yeah, I hit my hand on the steering wheel, and the horn is now just honking. Me.
So you have... So if you were still conscious, but mortally wounded at 0 hit points, you are -4 to all actions, -6 to movement, must make death saving throws at each one of your turns. Mortally wounded characters suffer a critical injury whenever they are damaged by melee or ranged attacks. In addition, their death save penalty increased by 1. So, you are not... Yeah, you're mortally wounded at this point because you are at 0 hit points.
Woo!
Conscious or not.
Yeah. I have 5 death saves.
You must hit a 5 to pass a death save on a D10.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah.
Cool.
So 5 or less, you are a successful death save. 6 plus would be a death.
Cool. When do I do that?
At the start of your next turn.
Tight. And that's just a D10?
It would be just a straight D10. Yep.
Tight. Okay, thank you.
So number 4. Now that the truck has stopped moving, he is going to... Number 4 is actually going to move up to Lou and drag her out of the driver's seat and toss her.
Oh, no, I locked the door. No. I
you
locked
did?
that damn door.
Oh.
Oh, you know I locked that damn door. That's bullshit.
Okay.
I might have like a pint of blood in my body. I know I locked that damn door.
Okay. So he would have to unlock
Nice
the door
try.
first. Yeah.
Nice try, Bandito.
So he is going to have to spend time unlocking the door to get you out. Cool. So he'll do that. Slideye.
Alright, so Laloo is here currently being accosted.
Yep. Mortally wounded, as far as you can tell.
Unconscious. Got
Okay.
shot.
I am going to... Now, just to be clear, 3 and number 4, they're both armed pistols, if I recall.
Very heavy pistols, each one. Yep.
Okay. I am going to end up disarming I'm going to go to disarm number 3.
Okay, so you walk up to him, and how are you disarming him?
Well, I'm going to rip the pistol out of his hand.
Okay, so that's going to be grappling between you both?
I believe so.
Alright, let's see. That is... Is that a brawl check?
I am double checking.
Yep, brawling is grappling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, it'll be an opposed brawl.
21.
21. And he gets a 14, so you are successful.
I take that gun and end up pointing at the 4th. Make it very clear. I will shoot him if he ends persisting. Also giving the 3rd a chance to run at this point, as the other 2 aren't here. Hopefully they're not as stern as the others either.
Okay. So,
And as I recall, calling on the hollow is a free action.
Yep, you can make a call if you need
and
to.
That is thoughts rather than voice. So I'm gonna say Trix getting loose truck.
All right.
Okay. So it's going to take you some time to get down there, Trix, so you're going to have to spend a couple turns doing that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta jack out first too.
Yep, you do have to jack out first.
Yep.
Which means that once you do not have control over the lights anymore.
I would have preferred that Lou was still on the lights, but we need a third body now. That's just the way it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Your call on the hollow has been sent. And so, Lou, you must make a D10 roll for a death save. That is not a success. One failed death saving throw equals death for the character. I'm sorry. If you can get her quickly to a Ripper, she might be able to be resuscitated. We'll have to figure out what we can do about that. But Trix, you're spending a turn to get down.
Flatline.
Yep, down towards the truck.
Yep.
Okay. New initiative.
Uh-oh. There we go.
So Slideye, you have a next turn.
Yes, I do. Come on, character sheet, work with me. I am going to try and intimidate the both of them to back the fuck off.
Okay. I'm gonna call that a face down for each one. So, are you primarily going after 3 or both?
Both.
Both. Okay. So in that case, it'll be like before when we did the two. You're gonna roll twice. The second one's gonna be at a -2.
All right. First one's going to be at 4 then. And you said that's not under social.
It's just a D10 plus cool modifier.
Okay. All right.
First,
oh no!
Oh no, there's the 1. Yep, that's a crit fail on that one. Which first guy responds with a 12.
Well, it's only -1, so that's a 6.
Yep. And then second one rolls a 6.
That's a 6.
Defender wins. Defender wins ties. So
it was too good to be true.
So
all right, I guess that's my action.
Yep, they are not intimidated. They're not backing down from you. Instead, number 3 no longer has his gun in hand.
Not intimidated, but not armed.
No, you are correct. But he does have a knife on him, so he's gonna try and swing at you with that.
Good luck on that, I guess.
You can evade, because it is a melee.
23.
Yep, you successfully evade, so no dice. Upon seeing that, he He isn't intimidated by you, but he's also looking at the situation like, we've downed one of them. Can we down the other one? She's actually mighty fast. Number 4 is has okay, so he's seeing you as a threat at the moment. So he's actually going to shoot you with his pistol. Which you can evade because you have a Dex 8.
Well, if he's going to try and shoot, that might work. Maybe.
Yep. So make another evasion. Nope.
Oh, 16.
Not a success. He can't hit you.
Starting to feel like I have the Sandevistan anyway.
You're mighty fast, friend. Mighty fast. But that's their 2 turns. Trix, you are continuing to come down from your perch.
Yep.
One more turn is we'll do it, and you'll be on the street at the place where you are on the map.
Okay.
So,
yep.
Slideye, give me another initiative.
Wait,
Well,
don't I have to as well?
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Yep. And another initiative from Slideye. Derek?
No, I'm just trying to think, like...
Oh, you haven't rolled your initiative yet.
Oh, I don't...
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm used to the turns being longer. They actually get a turn before me, I'm pretty sure. That's a pretty bad roll for me.
Yep, they do. But Trix gets her turn first, so she's down at the street level. Oh, where she is on the map. Down over here.
Yep.
So what you gonna do?
They're out of range of the pistols.
They're out of range.
I can't move anymore, can I?
It would technically take up all of your movement to get down to that point. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
So you can take actions to try and quick hack them if they're in range.
Yep. I think they're in range. Let me double check the quick hack thing. 'Cause it might be. Where are you? There you are. Nope, they're out of range for that too.
Out of range.
They were in range because I was in the cameras.
Oh yeah, because they were in range of the camera. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. I can't do anything this turn then.
Yep. Okay. Then you're basically using your double movement, which you can move. You can move a little bit into the street if you wanted to. If you wanted to use that.
Yeah, I think that's what she's gonna do. Like right about there.
Okay. All right. Next turn. Oh no. Yeah, next turn would be number 3.
3.
Slideye, he's gonna try and swack at you again. Although I don't think he's gonna be very successful at it.
I am taking advantage of this.
Nope, not at all. That knife is getting nowhere near you, friend.
Oh, it's so nice to be working with amateurs.
And the other guy is going to attempt to shoot at you because
I'm the only thing in target that poses a threat.
yes.
17. Ooh, off chance.
Oh, but he gets a 19, so he's successful at hitting you.
What's the damage?
Damage is 14 minus armor.
14 minus armor. Okay, so that is 3 points of damage.
Okay, brings us to your turn.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm going to deploy the Mantis Blade, and I'm going to try for a called shot on number 3.
Okay, called shot number 3.
I'm going to cripple his leg.
All right, going for the leg. Let's see, what is... An aimed shot, I think, is a -8 modifier?
Oh, we'll find out. Wow, okay. Bad rolls on my part. Yeah, okay, this is feeling more normal. -8, so that's a 9. Unless he fails his evasion at 9.
Yeah, because he gets evade because it's a melee attack. Yeah, he got a 10 on it, so he evades you.
Yeah. But I do get my second attack, so...
Yeah.
Just
going for a straight up regular attack.
Nope, calling it again. So that's gonna be a 12.
And he's a
Still
9.
great. Okay.
So you landed the second shot. Roll damage.
All right. Where are you?
Is there a bonus to aim shot? Is there a reason to take that penalty?
Penalty. If I recall, isn't that an increased chance to cause a critical bit of damage?
Wow,
I gotta double check the ruling at this point.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking up.
I remember it off chance, but
For melee weapons.
I forgot to end up rolling that there was actually an attack roll here. So that's going to be 9 points damage.
9 points, okay. And that's on number 3. Okay.
Hopefully I'm just trying to cripple his movement.
Goes through
Page 170.
170. Thank you.
So yeah, aim shots to the head multiply the damage by 2. Aim shots to the leg do the broken leg critical injury.
Okay. So he's now got a broken leg.
And that does an extra 5 damage as well.
Extra 5. Okay, perfect.
Because that's what all critical injuries do.
Okay.
So that's going to be a total of 14.
Yep, he's not looking so hot.
And I am going to walk over him and go right to number 4. Ned. Closing distance.
Aha. Yeah.
See if he gets the point.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to kill anyone on this job. I really don't.
Yep. Okay. Okay. And you know what? I think the point has been made. As much as number 3 would like to start darting, he actually can't move very well since he's got a broken leg now, so he kind of hobbles along and tries to get out of the way. Where number 4 just full on books it. So there, if you're letting him go, he's completely off the map.
I am letting him go. I gotta end up moving Lulu to the passenger seat. We need to end up getting this truck out of here before NCPD shows up.
Okay.
Question for you, Slideye. What is your drive score?
Mine is actually not too bad. It's under technical. Mine is.
It's under control. Drive land vehicle.
Drive land vehicle. Land vehicle tech 4.
My drive land vehicle is 7.
All right.
So yeah,
If you think you can do it, I'm trying not to waste time. But if you want to swap over, yep. Okay.
We need speed.
All right. I'll take care of Lou's truck.
Okay.
Yep. So she'll be running up and taking Slideye's place and behind the driver's seat. Or behind the steering wheel.
Okay. Trix, you know without a shadow of a doubt that time is critical.
Yep.
I need you to roll land vehicle drive. I'm willing to allow us to succeed at a cost. First off, where are you going?
Which is closer, Nathaniel's or the hospital?
Nathaniel's.
Going straight to Nathaniel.
And he would treat you all better than any hospital doctor, because the hospital doctors would look at Lou and think of her as a lost cause.
Yeah. If there's even the slightest chance, rather take it.
The cost is cost. You cannot recover luck for 2 sessions.
I'll take it.
Okay. You speed. You floor it with this truck, but this truck is massive, heavy, and does not maneuver well. However, you know vehicles like this. Nomads travel in all sorts of sizes of vehicles. It's just about treating her right. To get her up to the velocity you need. You're at Nathaniel's within minutes. And I think that is where we're going to pick up next session. I want to thank you all for playing and for watching Night City Stargazers. it seems that there's some things to be done. We'll come to experience at another point. So, I want to wish you all a very good night. Let's find somebody to raid, and we'll figure out where we go next. So, thanks for watching, everybody.